Hello guys, it's me, coming at you from a microphone with a sock on it because audio quality or something like that. So I just recently played through Far Cry 5 and I really enjoyed it, so here I am playing Far Cry 6. I hope you enjoy it. So we start the game by Gus Fring telling us, "Yo homies, I am the president now and I own you, so shut the fuck up and listen to what I say." We play as Danny Rojas, who despite what the passport says is spelled D-A-N-I, not D-A-N-Y, which is kind of weird. Danny is all like, "Yo guys, I don't really want to listen to Gus Fring," which his friends reply, "Yeah sure bro, me neither, let's go throw stuff at them." This obviously doesn't go well and one of them immediately gets shot. We try to find a boat to escape in by crawling through sewers like little rats, and when we find the boat, some little kid gives us a baseball card. Turns out that kid was Gus Fring's son, and he's not too happy that we were harboring him on our boat. In retaliation, he decides he's gonna kill us all, and honestly I'm not too mad about it because that grandma earlier was talking a lot of smack. We end up stranded on this beach with our friend bleeding out, but instead of asking for some medical attention, she keeps yelling out for her phone because I guess she wants to take a picture for Instagram or something. That Instagram picture ends up being her dying wish because she dies literal seconds later. I end up having to become Indiana Jones, using her little crappy doodle and all the blue markers to deduce where the rebel hideout is. The waypoint also helped out a little bit. We end up finding the rebel outpost, and the leader of the rebels is like, "Yo yo yo, where's Lita?" Danny's all like, "Yeah bro, she died." And the rebel leader's all like, "Shit, my bad, let's just get down to business then." She explains how she doesn't trust us, so Danny points a gun at her. All of a sudden, the rebel leader's just like, "Yeah nah, yeah nah, yeah nah, yeah nah, cool, I trust you now." Weird, but thanks I guess. The rebel leader, whose name is Clara, sends us into town to go meet some dude who ends up being the South American Raymond Reddington. His name is Juan Cortez, and he's a pretty chill bloke and has a pet alligator. Me, South American Raymond Reddington, and his alligator end up going to some random base where we immediately steal all its stuff and kill multiple of the workers inside. I make a suppressor out of some of the stuff I stole, and then Juan sends me to one of his friends to go do another mission. Juan's friend teaches me how to bribe people, but the guy I'm bribing ends up charging me a total of 20 pesos. I have to give him the pesos, but obviously I'm not an idiot and I get my money back. I raid Gus Fring's castle and end up finding nothing really useful, but I do find this nice little gun which I immediately go to test out.
No witnesses.
Was that my ally? Sure, but who needs her anyways? Juan gives us something that's almost definitely against the Geneva Convention, but who cares because I'm Canadian, it's in my blood. In a complete coincidence that was definitely not pre-planned, I find that Belgian degenerate I played the Force games with, and we start testing out the weaponry that Juan gave us.
Oh!
This man here, who quite frankly is a rude little bugger, tells us to go burn down some tobacco fields. We obviously agree, and then go over to the tobacco fields and start burning them down. Turns out these tobacco fields are being used to harbor some sort of drug and or chemical for Anton. I'm gonna be honest, we weren't really listening because we heard arson and were 100% on board right away. Jokes aside, this game is actually really in-depth, and there's multiple interactions you can have with NPCs where they tell you how Anton came to power. A lot of them say they voted for him, not realizing the tyrant and dictator he'd become and all the terrible acts he'd do. It really sucks that there's no joke to be made here comparing all this to real-world events. Like the video or I'll sign in an executive order making you. Next thing we do is head over to this base where we can take it over by being stealthy little boys. However, this whole plan goes to hell when we accidentally shoot a gas tank, blowing it up. With quick thinking and planning that definitely wasn't just killing everyone on sight, we capture the base. We meet up with some fishermen who tells us, "Yo guys, go break into this place with tanks and steal their weapons." Since he kind of asked politely, we were 100% down. To fight the tanks, we decide to hop into this great 1950s car with a machine gun welded on top. What could go wrong? This strategy surprisingly works, and we end up making it past the front gates and the tanks. In fact, we steal the tanks and use them to get to the bunker we need to go to. After collecting the things we need, we head back to the main rebel base, and I inconspicuously try to drive this tank across the bridge. In a twist almost everyone saw coming, the tank gets stuck, and now it's stuck on the bridge. At least no one will be able to follow us over it, as there's a giant tank blocking the way. We head back to the base, and Clara tells us that it's time for the revolution to begin. She starts the revolution, however, by starting to throw bright flares on the ground. Bit of a miscalculation if you ask me, as this tells all the enemies where we are, but everyone knows a good revolution starts with one giant tactical blunder. I hope everyone had a good Easter, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.